Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. We are back live. Q Sports Live Invitational. We are locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. I know it's about time, Royce, but Mr. Taranjo needed a little bit of a bite to eat. He's been playing all day, so they are just underway. We have a very, very, very special guest coming in on the microphone. He is the one, he is the only, the Canadian assassin, Mr. Jason Klatt. What's going on, Jason?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Haven't heard that nickname.
I don't know if you have a nickname.
Oh, I have plenty of nicknames.
Are we allowed to say them on the stream?
Sure you can.
All right.
I don't know. There's so many. I have so many friends, and people have so many nicknames for me. And got Cladicus. Got I don't know. The Mover. We got Click Clat. We got there's so many out there. People gave me names over the years, so.
And which do you prefer?
I don't read. Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter?
It doesn't
Just don't
matter.
call you late for dinner.
I forget. There was one that John Mora liked. I forget what he said. Some guy in Duluth gave it to me. I think it might have been Clat Attack. I think that's what he...
Clat Attack.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think it might have been Clat Attack.
I like that.
Yeah.
You just got hit with the Clat Attack. I like it. It's got some ring to it. I could use that.
I think that's what it was. I think it was Rod there from... was it On the Wire there?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or,
the
Rod.
Clatitude.
Oh, yeah. Here
Here it is.
Yeah, that might have
Here
been
it
one,
comes.
too.
Here
Yeah.
it comes.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bernie. Terry, thanks.
Deborah says, great shooting, Jason. Really loved watching.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, I had a tough match there with Stan. Yeah, I had my chances, but yeah, overall it was a pretty steady match.
Well,
You know what I
and
mean?
I kind of think, well, I know because I had to ref that shot, and I didn't want to, but at the end of the day, I still have to maintain my level of professionalism as far as a ref is concerned, and really, really unfortunate way to get called.
Yeah,
on
it
that foul.
happened. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you. It was the right call. It's just, yeah, it was my fault. You know what I mean? It was a very precise hit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I had to play the cue ball, and I had to hit the ball with like a very small window too. So, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Hats off to Stan. You know what I mean? He played a good match, but I had my chances to win, and that's all you can ask for. So.
That's right. Well, and here's where I'm gonna give you some compliments, because in that scenario, there are a lot of players that would not have taken that very well when I called that as a foul.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably would have jumped all over me. They probably wouldn't have been very happy. And you maintain a level of professionalism that is almost unmatched. And it's one of the things that I really enjoy about Jason Klatt.
Appreciate that. Yeah. I guess next time I'll go off on you.
It wouldn't change the call, but you maintain that level of professionalism, and
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the
it
game.
really made my job easier.
Yeah.
Right? As much as I know you, and I mean we've met before, I think we've become pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
And to me, when I have to ref a shot like that, it's not about my personal feelings. It's about what happens on the table.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? You're a certified ref and stuff, so you know the rules better than I do anyway, so you know what I mean?
Well, and there was a few things that, and not that I'm saying your match in particular, But there was a few times, and I kind of let it slip because usually I'm very, very picky on this point, where if you're in a match and you want rule
No, I
clarification,
know, I know, I
I
know.
will not say a word
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
coaching.
No, you did me and Stan a favor that in that situation.
Yeah,
So it's,
which is why I pulled Stan in.
which I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, what I mean, you could easily said, "Oh no, it just I'm not obligated to tell you what's going on."
yeah,
So I could have just shot the ball straight into the rail and don't hit a rail, and it would have been a foul. And then,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Because I don't know, because that rule is very, it's like a gray line
It is.
rule. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just like,
and it's not. I don't think it's necessary.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the other rule is that impeding ball rule is like, this is the first tournament that I actually played that rule.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's other tournaments where it's all cue ball fouls, or if you're jacked over a ball, even if it moves forward or backwards, it's a foul. But then with the impeding ball, only if it's in the line of the shot or shooting over in the direction of a shot over top of it. But it's, you know, I mean, it's a rule that actually I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's this is actually the first tournament I actually played it. That's why.
Yeah, there's quite a few tournaments actually out there that do use an impeding ball rule. Now, for me to try to give you an example of those right now, I couldn't because the information in my brain has now squished into one big giant blur
Yeah.
for this weekend. But I know that there are numerous tournaments out there that do use an impeding ball.
Yeah, and then you got the frozen ball rule, which you're not a fan of, and where in the other tournaments say you can push through it, and in
Yes,
this tournament we weren't playing that rule.
that's
So,
right.
but I don't think we really came across it too often in this tournament.
No,
But it does.
it does come up.
It does come up. So I was like, and that and and that's kind of like a shame to the pool world and the pool community where there is just not one set of rules where every tournament and every tournament director plays by. We got all these different rules where tournament directors favor and don't favor, and it's like it's kind of sad where
Hmm.
everyone's not on the same page.
I agree, and it's actually one of the biggest problems with
Yeah,
our sport.
yeah,
There's too many rule sets. There's too many people with their hand in the cookie jar,
yeah.
right? Trying to come up with the next best thing.
Right,
And
right.
I think if we were all to kind of band together, go with one standard set of rules that makes sense, it would be better for our industry. You don't see
Yeah.
how many different versions of hockey do you see in the
Yeah.
rule sets,
Golf, tennis.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've all got a standard set.
Yeah.
Jason's asking what happened during the foul that you called. Was it no rail? Camera angle wasn't able to see it. So what ended up happening, if you don't mind, the three ball, I think it was frozen to the rail, and therefore either the cue ball or another ball had to hit the rail. And when Jason shot it, he hit the rail first with the cue ball, then the three ball. So then the three ball went up table and connected off another ball, but came back to the same rail. Well, that rail's still dead to the three ball, and the cue ball never come back and made contact with anything. So rather, I mean, and we're talking fractions, but that's the case. That's what ended up happening, and that's why it was a foul.
Yeah, getting back to the rules thing there, even
Yeah.
like, for example, I was watching the World 10 ball and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching it, and like, then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, the guy shoots a combo," and then he's like, "Oh, you got a spotter, you got to shoot the 10 last."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And another adaptation. to the
That's
rule.
another rule
Yeah.
that I didn't even know about, and they just declared that for this World Championship. But I'm a fan of it. I'm a big fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's better for, you know what I mean, especially at the pro level, you,
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see guys run out to the last ball.
And really, when we were putting this event together, and this is really a labor of love for me. This has been 2 years in the making. And when we were putting this together, we wanted this to be a challenge. We didn't want it to be a run-out fest. I mean, you can tune into any other stream and watch pro events where it's just a run-out fest. And really, it's kind of boring pool to watch. Where with this way, I get to see the strategy. I get to see the safety play more so than I think I would if I didn't have those rules in place.
Yeah. Yeah, and just going to another rule is the racking rule for this event.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've experienced that
The two
racking
move.
that what you came up with, which I
Yeah.
have no problem with. It's a good rule. Then there's other tours and events that I played where you had to rack all the balls in a certain pattern, so
That's
it's
right.
the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Then there's another rule where there's just no pattern racking as long as there's just one stripe, one sol in the corner. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
kind of a
and
shame, you know what I mean? Because I know we're not playing for millions of dollars, and where people are kind of nickel and diming and trying to do all these little moves to give
Mhm.
themselves a little edge.
Mhm.
And people are gonna try to work those little angles, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I say if we just make the pockets tighter, and that's it.
Well, but
Just
you're
a little bit,
still
just a little bit.
the only one that favors is the pros,
Yeah.
right? And had if the Q Sports Live Invitational was strictly a pro event, then I can do some things.
Yeah.
But this isn't just a pro event. This is a pro-am event. Now, it's high caliber
Good
amateurs.
shot there by Ozzy.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
High caliber amateurs, but still amateurs nonetheless.
Yeah, even like we were talking, like I said, because I played in a couple of the pro tournaments on this type of format,
Hmm.
and they took the jump cues away, and then I said, yeah, you should take them away. But you made a good point too, because it's mostly filled with amateur players.
That's right.
So you can't really take,
I
one
can't
of the
punish them.
Yeah, you can't take that, like really put them in handcuffs, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, you guys been really good.
Well,
Grant-
hopefully we
and
get to
Steph,
see you
yeah.
back for the next one.
Yeah, I heard a lot of talk. You guys might change every year. Hopefully, it continues and be an annual thing. You know what I mean? Talking to a few of the players and spectators, and if you can really make it like Q Sport Invitational, August long weekend.
That's what it is.
Just like you just know,
That's it.
you just know
That's
every
it.
weekend.
Yep. That's exactly what we're going to do.
So you know that's on the calendar.
So you just put an X through your calendar next year, August long weekend, and you know where you'll be.
Yeah.
Because the next one, and there's a reason, the next one will be same time, same place, same bad channel, same rules, same everything.
Yeah.
It will not change. And there's a reason for that. The first two we want in Calgary, it's our home base. We want to be able to kind of establish some roots, let it grow some notoriety, and then we're going to take it on the road. Once those two are done, now these two are in Calgary, I would assume, and I haven't talked to Ryan and Ben yet, but my forethought says the next one's going to be in Eastern Canada, more than likely in Toronto.
Okay.
Right? And then the year after that, we may cross south, going to the States.
Yeah.
And we just want to make it a traveling event. So
Yeah.
we've got to have our stuff together to make sure that everybody has got full notice of where we're going to be on August long weekend.
Yeah.
So that people can plan it out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, get a good 6 months or something to prep.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Barb. Thank you. Yeah, a couple people are saying, you might take it to Edmonton because there's like a good hall there now.
Yeah,
People
there
are
is.
saying
Yeah.
Top Shots
Yeah,
and
yeah. And
Red
it's a
Deer or
possibility,
something
yeah.
might go there.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but it won't be in the very near future.
Right.
Right? The near future says next year is this one, the year after is going to be Eastern Canada. And the reasoning behind why that is we've got a lot of followers all over the place, all over North America. And some people can't travel from Toronto all the way across Canada. Some can't cross the border.
Yeah.
So this whole tournament is meant to be a thank you to our supporters, the people that support us.
Yeah.
And if you can't cross the border, it's not really fair of us to accept your support without giving you an opportunity to play.
Yeah. So you're thinking East Coast maybe? Are you feeling an East Coast next year?
It could be. I'm thinking more Toronto.
You'd like it to be?
I would like it in Toronto, but, sorry, next year is here. Next year is exactly here.
You're gonna do it same location.
Same location.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want 2 years with it so that we can learn our lessons. We get it to grow
Yeah,
some
you guys are
roots.
still learning too,
Yeah,
right? It's a
yeah. I
growing
mean,
process.
yeah, and we want to kind of get this thing down to a real good science, and I think we've made a really good start.
Yeah.
I really do. But there's things, having gone through this now, that different ideas have come up and
Yeah.
different thought processes, and I want to nail everything down and have it cookie cutter so that when we take it on the road, it's a lot easier,
Yeah.
right? And that's kind of my rationale behind it.
Yeah, here for the August long weekend, it's you got that 4 days, so you got a good. And I like how you made it like 96, not 128.
No,
I
and
like
it'll
that.
always be Invitational
Yeah.
96 cap.
Yeah.
That part I don't think I don't think I'll ever change that.
Yeah.
We want 4 days, get in, get out, make it clean, pay some good money out,
Yeah.
and be done.
Yeah.
Right? Now, with that being said, and I don't know whether you heard this or not. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Maybe some of the viewers heard, some didn't. I've mentioned it before on the stream. There is a possibility, and we're talking a little bit of time. I am working on a deal that if I can close that deal, we'll actually have 4 of these a year. 3 of those will be at a 20K ad, and the last one being at a 40K ad.
Yep. Yeah. You're chatting about that. We've got a.
That's all I'm letting out of the bag, though.
No,
for
I
the
know.
viewers. That's it.
Yep. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. Tim Bone, how you doing, buddy? Long time. Yeah. What about Manitoba?
Calgary's pretty close to
Yeah.
oh no, sorry,
Manitoba Central.
Yeah, well, if we go to Toronto, I mean that gives Manitoba really 2 spots.
Yeah.
Right? You can go to Calgary,
Yeah.
or you can go to
Yeah,
Toronto.
I understand.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna try to make it geographically fair as well. Now, whether that makes sense to everybody or not, I know that I'm never going to keep everybody happy, and I'm okay with that. So long as the players that are here, that's ultimately when I put this event on, or when we put this event on, that's who I want to make happy.
Yeah.
So that's the goal, that's the plan.
I understand.
Now, if we do get those other deal done, and we can do 4 of these a year, okay, now we got room to play. Now we got some things we can do, right? But if this is going to strictly be an annual event, okay, I know the formula.
Hey, Fabian. What's up, partner?
Yeah, what's going on, Fabian? Stephanie Paul, what's going on? How are you?
No, I think things are looking good, though. You guys are doing a good job. You're putting the effort in. It's
for our first
Yeah.
inaugural event, I think it went pretty good.
No, for sure. Like I was telling a couple of the guys, and to be honest, I thought you got a little more entries than I thought you would. Really. So.
Well, and this is why, again, we wanted the first one to be in Calgary and the second one to be in Calgary.
Yeah.
Because the talent here and the pool of players is massive. We have some really good talent here.
No, you do. Plus you have a good fan base, and you got a lot of friends here that will just come and support
Absolutely.
you guys too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's why this event was very, very personal to me. And I don't know if you've heard this, but I'll say it one more time, and then I'm not going to touch on it again. But this event is very, very personal to me. And this is 2 or 2.5 years in the making, that when I stepped in with Q Sports Live and kind of put the business plan together, put the identity together, and so on and so forth, and I had to ask people, just please lend me your faith. I don't need your money. I don't need anything. Lend me your faith. Tune in, watch, and let me prove to you what we can do. And there were bumps along the way. There were some frustrations and learning lessons. And I always said I'll find a way to give back. And this is what this event is to me.
Yep. It's like your newborn. You're trying to get it nice and cater to it and try to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no, I mean it's all a work in progress.
Hmm.
So you'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get it for sure.
I
I
think
have no quit.
I
I don't know how to quit.
I think there's not really a whole lot to change.
No.
The only thing that I might say is because next year I'd probably won't guarantee that you'll probably fill where you might have to put in maybe a few more diamonds if you can.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's a couple space if you can take out a couple of 9-footers,
Well,
put it
here it won't
put
be.
in.
It won't be in
Yeah.
this location next year. It'll be in at Hidden Spot next
You're
year.
gonna do there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
So-
we want to be equal opportunity within our own
Right.
city as well.
Yeah, because you figured out, 85 players, 8 tables. Now you have a good understanding where how matches take
absolutely.
and what you need. So now if even if you add 10 more players, that's what an extra, probably 5 matches around maybe or something.
Which
something
adds
like
10
that.
hours.
Right.
Yeah. Roughly.
Yeah.
Give or take.
So even 2 extra tables, 4 extra tables would be
Yeah,
massive.
and they do have the 2 more tables than here.
They got 10.
They got 10.
So yeah, that would help.
Yeah. So, next year, yes, it'll be in Calgary. More than likely at the Hidden Spot. And if not, and it happens to be here for whatever reason, I don't anticipate that, but if it does happen to be here, then we'll find a way.
No, it's good.
So overall, Jason Klatt gives it a thumbs up.
Oh, for sure. 2 thumbs up.
I like it.
I think it's 2-1 Stan actually right now.
Is it 2-1 Stan?
Yep.
Sorry. This is what happens when I get a guest commentator on, especially with the likes of Jason Klatt. And I think we've done this before.
Oh yeah.
If my memory serves me correct,
No, I don't mind
you
it.
and I were on in Chicago.
Yeah.
Had a good time there, and we never really did pay attention to what was going on with on the table. And if you are just tuning in, guys, help us out. Hit that share button. Let's get it rocking. Rip it up. Not every day do we get to listen to the likes of Jason Klatt.
Yeah. I was impressed by Stan's game. I've played him over the years a lot, and by far, bar table 8 ball is probably his best game. Right there, he's just trying to do a little too much with the cue ball, but it doesn't do any damage. There's clusters there. So
Wow, he's a living legend, Stan
yeah,
Franjo is.
oh yeah, he's well known.
Yeah, he
Not
was
not
he
just
was
in
the fella
Canada,
that,
but in the U.S. too.
Yeah, of course. He was the guy that put me onto the B side.
Yeah,
He was my first draw, but I didn't fare too bad.
yeah. You said
I lose,
you're
I
you're
lose
right in there.
9-6, yeah, and I had my chances, but
Hey.
at least I didn't fall asleep in that match.
Yeah.
It was my B side match I fell asleep.
Oh, it's so hard. You're doing this and playing and running the tournament. It's a lot to deal with. It's so hard
It
to
is.
focus on both.
Yeah. But my initial job wasn't to try to compete in pool in this event.
No,
My
yeah.
initial job is to run it.
Yeah.
And thank God for Steph. I got to give her a shout out.
Yeah, it's
I
her
gotta
birthday
give Steph
too.
out. Yeah, it's her
Yeah.
birthday today.
Yeah.
And I told Steph, so she was in Kelowna.
If you don't know Steph, that's Grant's wife.
That is, yes, sir. So she was out in Kelowna.
Our girlfriend or
My better half.
your main partner.
Yes. So she was out in Kelowna with the boys. She's been out in Kelowna for, 8 or 9 or 10 days. And she got back
Tough shot.
Thursday night, because we started Friday. And I didn't get home out of here. You were with me, I think, Thursday night when
Yep.
we went home, maybe 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was late.
It was late. No, because I told her at 2:30. It must have been 2 o'clock that we got back to the house. And I told Steph she was running this tournament at 2:30 in the morning Thursday night.
Yep.
So
Yep.
for her to go, and the look she gave me,
What else
Wasn't good.
What else would she be doing anyway?
right? Of course, she wants to be here.
She
Come
would be here
on.
anyway.
Of course.
She already knew that anyway.
Yeah, but she did a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah. No, she didn't. Especially that first day or two was bad because you're just going rolling off, rolling on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That first day,
yeah.
but then you kind of got perspective of the second day where matches are. So she kind of ballpark times out, so that clarified some anxiety for some players, right?
Yes, yes, and she's very, very good at that. And it was actually one of the compliments that Tyler Steyer said too.
Yeah.
She told him, you play around 3:30. He'd come in at 3:15 and play within a half hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're gonna get those long matches and stuff, and depending where you're on the draw sometimes. So it's just.
Does that mean
But
you
yeah,
would possibly not play in the future with so much going on? No. I love pool. I love the game, and I know my place in it. I know I'm not a Jason, a John, an Alex, or Tyler, or Steven. You can name 100 players. I know I'm not those guys, but my passion for this game will rival anybody. Anybody. I don't care who they are. My passion for the game is there. Darcy, she is my way better half. You're probably right.
Yeah, just a good example is Kevin right here. You know what I mean? Ozzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect example. You know what I mean? He's not a full-time player. He's just a part-time working league player. You know what I mean? And he's having a great event. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Great shot from Stan there. Nice bank shot. But he's doing well.
Yeah, this is
He
kind of
had
like
a great tournament.
This is kind of like a revenge little for Stan. I believe Ozzy put Stan on the loser side.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a little
And
revenge.
for the Canadians out there, that means the B side.
The B side. I was gonna say B side, loser side. So yeah, I know. Spending too much time in the U.S. Huh?
Yes. We need you more back in Canada. You need to make more appearances.
Need more events.
I'm working it. I'm working it.
I know.
promise you.
No, I'll come back and support Canadian pool all the time if I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ryan, yes, the finals is a true double dip. Must be played out.
I don't think you clarified that in the players' meeting.
Yes, it did. It is a true double dip. Must be played. See, even Gary knew.
Yeah, he's gonna call this cross side.
Yeah.
He's gotta pinch it. Great shot.
Wow.
Great shot. I think he's just gonna spin this little inside and play the 8 in the side, or draw it back, or just shooting up in the corner.
Maybe a little touch of draw with some right-hand spin based on the angle he's got going in, and put it down to the bottom right.
Yeah, it's very easy to decelerate on that shot. See? Told you.
He totally did.
I told you, because it's such a touchy-feely shot.
It really is.
See, on that shot, I'd like to go 2 rails. I'm just comfortable, so you can let your stroke out and come and play the 8 in the side.
Yeah. So, but you
Yeah.
I'm going to compliment your game.
Yeah.
Because you control that cue ball
Yeah.
really, really well. Your touch on that cue ball is freaking amazing.
Yeah, because these tables are pretty lively, and diamond tables, you just let the table do most of the work.
Oh, look at this. Who needs to play shape? Who needs to play shape when you can pot like that?
Yeah, that's a good recovery.
That's insane. What a shot. Where else can you see it, guys? Help us out. Smash that share button.
Hey, Charles. Yeah, about the slip grip. It's just something I came up with, or just did naturally when I was young.
I have to get this in.
Yeah.
Hold your thought. I have to get this in because
1 second, Charles.
At the end of this match, guys, this is done. You cannot get in on this anymore. Viewer advantage number 10, $20 per pack. Winner's choice. You get the choice of the Jacoby Black, the T3 jump break cue, the JB case plus cash, or you can just take the money and run $620. If you want in, qsportslive@gmail.com if you're in Canada. If you're in the States, send us a message to the page, and I'll get back to you with how you can get in to win. And we'll do that draw live.
Great. Now you guys got it.
That's how we get it.
Get that. Get it in.
We got that support coming, and that's how we have the ability to do this.
Yeah, to that slip stroke. You know, I mean, there's a lot of players do it, and especially the best. You know what I mean? Efren, he lets go of the cue. You know what I mean? Jeremy Jones, a couple other good top players, but it's more of a feel thing. It's just because when you play pool, you don't really want to choke that cue. You want to be nice and loose in the grip. But then there's a couple other shots. You know what I mean? The closer shots, you need to punch and grip the cue a little tighter. But anytime I'm spinning that cue ball, I pretty much really just kind of let go of the cue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm nice and loose and let the cue do the work and let the spin do the work. So that's where a lot of my feel comes in, and it's just more of like a trust factor because I've been doing it for so long.
That's crazy.
Hey, Cornell Jr., what's up, partner? Yeah, get your tickets in, guys. That's a pretty good deal there for $20.
Well, you've hit with the T3 with the
Yeah,
thumper.
the one you got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It hits good. Yeah, it's a great cue. You know what I mean? I was actually telling Grant that I'd actually break with it. You know what I mean? If I wasn't already sponsored by somebody, but yeah, I
You
really
would use it for the jump.
I like the way it jumps. It jumps pretty effortless.
So we're not just saying that.
No, yeah. It gets my approval, that's for sure. I would break with it and especially jump with it. It's pretty effortless. It's the real deal, guys.
And that's one of the things that you're going to find if you're new to Q Sports Live. I can tell you this: we don't just flog product. And I don't know if you've heard this story. So this is how the whole T3 jump break cue kind of came in. Is we were out in Niagara Falls for the APA CPA border battle, and Richard came up, wanted to talk to us about doing some advertising for his T3. And the first words he said to us was, "It hits as good as the BK Rush." And the BK Rush at that point was kind of the new thing and the greatest thing out there. And we had full approval. Like, we thought it was amazing. And we thought there's no possible way for you to make a cue that could hit better than that BK Rush. And from his first statement, I says to him that that's a pretty bold statement to make. You're kind of the new cue maker on the block, and you're saying you can beat the BK Rush. And so I told him that if your cue does not do what you claim it does do, you won't be on Q Sports Live. And so he gave us his prototype at that point to hit with. And after a half hour, we came back and said, we'll do business.
Good.
So we're not just out here flogging product. What we sell has to do what we say it does. And it's that simple.
Yeah. Hey, Don. Yeah. No, I'm just back in Canada for this tournament, but yeah, if there's any other Canadian pool halls or people in Canada, you know, I mean, I've been coaching and teaching and do a lot of clinics now these days. So if anyone in Canada or have a group of people, or I'd come more welcome to accommodate some students there at your local pool hall, and just message me and we can kind of work out arrangements and pricing and all that. So, or if anyone in the States too, you know, I mean, I'm in Bloomington, Illinois. So if anyone is interested in some coaching, teaching clinics, so just hit me up on Facebook Messenger. So
Absolutely. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Now, if you'll give me the secret behind the cue ball control, we can do some business.
yeah.
Yes, this is the A-side final, this match. So the loser of this...
B-side
is this
final.
B-side final?
B-side final.
Oh, right, because
Winner plays Edwin.
Right, gotcha.
Yep. Come on, Grant. You've been here too long.
I have been too long. My 4 days have now blended from one into the next.
It's 4-1 now. You're even dogging the score.
What?
It's 4-1 now.
Come on, Jason, pay attention, would you?
You're dogging the score.
I am dogging the score. See, this is what happens. You put a guy like Jason Klatt beside me, I start talking, everything goes to hell.
What's the weather like in Bloomington? I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like, what is it? Are we going by Fahrenheit or
Celsius.
Celsius?
Although I could probably do a 70. Oh, you're in the 80s.
It's yeah, it's about 80 Fahrenheit.
So it's about 27, 28
26.
degrees. 26?
26,
There
yeah,
we go.
Celsius. Yeah, it's a little, sometimes it gets a little humidity, but it's off and on. But yeah, it's overall pretty good weather.
Alex says he can come commentate with me in Billings. There you go. Are you going to go to Billings?
I don't even know what's going on in Billings.
I can't remember the date. Alex, help me out. I think it's in September. And it's a memorial tournament,
Okay.
Veterans Memorial,
Okay.
in Billings, Montana.
Yeah,
But I can't remember the date. September something.
Yeah, just send me a flyer or send me something.
I'll shoot you some.
Yeah, I'll try
some
to
info.
maybe work around the schedule. Are you guys driving there from here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are going to be doing that event.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're covering it.
Yeah, Rick, just hit me up.
I'm starstruck. No offense, but I wish that was true. But
No, he's over that now.
It's been a minute since I've seen you, but we've. There we go. September 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I'll send you the poster.
Yeah. Is Alex the
TD.
Is he the owner?
He's the guy. He's the main man. He's putting it all together.
He puts it on. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember how much. There's some money added. I can't remember how much. Alex, maybe you can help us out there. I think it's a limited field as well.
Is
I
it?
think.
Serena,
You know what, Alex? Just give us the details.
yeah,
Hook us up.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Serena. No, I'm Fahrenheit now. I don't even know what Celsius is these days.
Oh.
I always have to look on my phone.
You're gonna lose your Canadian stats right there.
I know. I was like, I can gauge off Fahrenheit better. It's like, oh, is it 80? Is it 65? And I can like judge on like, oh, the clothing I wear. Okay, what time is this gonna get cold and this and what's the humidity and yeah.
Wow.
But
Canada, we have lost a fellow Canadian.
You haven't lost anything.
We lost a fellow Canadian.
If you lost a fellow Canadian, I wouldn't be here.
This is true. You know what? You're still a Canadian at heart.
Oh, for sure, always will be.
That a boy. 2000 with full field, full Calcutta as well. There you go.
What game?
Yeah, you kind of need some more details, Alex. Come on, all the details.
What's the rules? What's the table? What's the balls?
I believe they're Valley 7s, bar box table.
What's the entry fee?
Alex, hook us up. Come on.
Yeah, it's about what? Going on 9 o'clock there in Central, and about 10 o'clock on the East Coast.
What time is it here?
It's
only 20 to 8.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy's got to get out here. He's got to get out here. Get around. Nope. Yeah, see, that's the spin effect right there. Kind of forced a shot a little too much where he could have hit it a little softer with a little more spin.
What's he shooting at here?
He's solids. He was trying to go around that 5 ball, and he bumped into it.
8 ball on the diamond table is 95. A whopping $95 entry.
6 diamond tables. It's even less than this tournament.
It is.
And more players.
How many players you got?
I think he said 96. Or it just he just said full field.
Okay, okay.
He just
Well,
said full
so
field.
what is full field?
I bet he'll tell us in a minute.
I'm so Alex, all the details. Make one big long post, all the details.
Just post a flyer up there.
There you go.
Free advertisement.
I don't know if you can post pictures to comments, can you?
I think you can share and post or copy and paste on there.
That would be interesting.
64.
Oh, 64. There you
So,
go.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, it sounds fun. I'll look into the schedule. There you go. Good recovery there. Yeah, he is fortunate that one ball went.
He's playing really, really well, and this is a game Ozzy needed. Stan says you're good. Sounds good. Sorry for that, guys. I didn't get the warning that Jason was going to run and take his headset off. And also, guys, don't forget, we do have still available the Q Sports Live Invitational official gear. It is available on the Jam Up website. Some of the best designed, most comfortable jerseys that I've ever had to put on. But you'll find those on jamupapparel.com under the Q Sports Live tab. One low ball down. And he's not going to enjoy being low ball from there. That is absolute jail time off the break. Absolute jail. I think he's even frozen in behind. He picks out the low ball to see if that was by chance, please be a stripe, and he shook his head. No, it's not a stripe. This is the B-side finals. He is absolutely in jail, and I think he's kind of behind that 10 ball. Welcome back, sir.
Well, this doesn't. So what do we got here?
Well, Kevin broke, and the cue ball ended up right here, stuck behind that 10 ball. He's low ball. And so he tried to shoot, tried to hit, even hit anything that had no stripes on it, and it didn't happen. I don't think it happened. I don't think he made a hit. But this table's ugly. There's nothing good about this table.
Yeah, this table's been breaking a little funny. Heard a couple. Overall, yeah, a couple of the players said this table's been racking a little funny. You know what I mean?
Well,
But that's what I like, though. You know what I mean? Especially an 8-ball. Well, Stan went for the breakout there.
Johnny Andrick is asking, Jason, what's your opinion on carbon fiber shafts? I believe you were using a wood shaft.
I have nothing against it at all. You know what I mean? I got the Mez Ignite in my case, and I play with it here and there. But overall, I'm just a little more comfortable with the wood. I kind of like spinning my ball a little bit more. So I feel that I get a little more feel with the wood instead of the carbon fiber. With those carbon fiber shafts, I feel that there's a lot of energy behind them.
The transfer of power.
Yeah, so they're great for just pocketing balls, and you know what I mean, like the energy behind it, just like slingshots off the tip.
It's crazy.
So it's really good for I guess for power stroke players, or I guess I'm just talking about pro level, but it's great for amateur players too. But at the pro level, I guess it's more power players that I see that kind of like it. that just are just good shot makers, but you know what I mean, guys that kind of like finessing the ball a little bit. You know what I mean, you don't really see a whole lot of like Filipinos use them. You don't. You know what I mean, you see
Mm-hmm.
Chang Julin use it. You know what I mean, a couple of the Taiwanese use the carbon fiber, but at the end of the day, it's just preference and feel.
It really is.
So it's just whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
But I have nothing against it. It's a new thing, and there's a couple different
I
cue
think
makers
it's
and have it. You know what I mean? You got Jacoby, you got Mez, you got Revos, you got
OB is now out with one.
Yeah, everyone's doing it now, so
Yeah.
it's the
And
new
I
thing.
think they're here to stay, right?
Yeah.
Unlike the graphite shafts. You remember those? Maybe 10 or 15 years ago, the graphite shafts
Oh
that were
yeah,
out.
oh yeah. That's I think when I first started playing pool, those are like the big things. Glenn, I play with Mez. I've been playing with Mez, and they've been sponsoring me for about 10 years. You know what I mean? And yeah, their products. Oh, every year they're doing something. They got a handful of different deflection shafts you can pick from, and for production, you know, the brake cues are great. You know what I mean? Um, I'm just not trying to toot them or say they're the best, but you know what I mean? It'd be hard for me to convert to a different brand because I've been playing with it so long.
Yeah,
So like
10
I've been
years.
playing with the same cue, the same shaft, same brake cue, same everything pretty much for almost 10 years. You know, it's
Wow.
like it's just I'm
That's
so
like hearing
I'm
people are
I'm so
married for 50
I'm
years.
so picky like that. You know what I mean? They have different jump cues, and you know what I mean? I just get different new shafts here and there. But yeah, you can just call me old school, I guess. But yeah, I'm just so comfortable and with what I have. So you know what I mean?
That's
Maybe,
very rare these
yeah, it's
days.
just, yeah. You get those old school guys, you know what I mean? They don't like those low deflection shafts. They're all like, oh, just one, you know what I mean, just standard shaft and
Hmm.
stuff. So, you know what I mean? It's just what you're used to playing with and how things feel. You know what I mean? I even tell like the people I teach and coach, and it's like I say you can play with $1,000 cue, or you can play with a $50 cue, as long as it feels good to you.
Hmm.
And it's the same thing when you play guitar and stuff. People say he's like, oh, you have a crappy guitar. It's like as long as it feels good to you in your hands,
Yeah,
that's
that's
all that
it.
matters.
That's it. Now, I will say this: when you look at natural progression, and I think the carbon fiber shafts are still in somewhat in their infancy, but when you look at other sports, the technology is certainly part of the advancement of that sport and the skill and so on and
Yeah.
so forth. And I think carbon fiber does have its place. It will do its thing within the pool world, and increase the level of play. And I think anytime that you increase or change the equipment for apparently the better,
Yeah.
you're going to get kind of an influx of people doing just crazy things. Um, but then it does come down to exactly what you said, personal feel. So let's take tennis. They've got, carbon fiber tennis rackets. But you may like your strings on that racket a little bit tighter, whereas I might like them
Yeah.
a little bit looser. But it's the fact it's still carbon fiber. It's just adapted to the way I want it to be. And you can do that with the tip, right?
Yeah, with all these new shafts and carbon fiber, I compare it to more golf.
Mm-hmm.
Like with all these new
Sure.
drivers,
Yeah.
there's always a new
Yeah.
driver every year,
Yeah.
right?
And people are hitting farther and farther every year.
Right. So that's what I compare to, like the Revo or the carbon fiber shafts, the Ignite, the Jacobys, the Obies. It's like it's the new toy.
Yeah.
So everyone wants it. So it's good, but they're gonna keep trying to elevate it and make it better and
Mm-hmm.
better and better. And it's all these same thing with brake cues. They're like the drivers. Oh, here's the new brake cue. This is the new driver.
That's right.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Oh,
Yeah.
here's the new shaft. Oh, here's the new iron.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it.
But
Yeah.
I know that there are some out there that say, oh, it's just too hokey. It's not really doing anything for the pro world, and I think that's wrong. I think anytime that you can advance the equipment, it advances the sport.
I think at the end of the day, these carbon fiber shafts has actually probably made the game a little more popular,
Mm-hmm.
probably in the last year and a half or
I
so.
agree.
You know what I mean? Just of this
Absolutely
one
agree.
shaft.
Yeah, 100% agree.
You know what I mean?
This
Everyone,
one advancement in
it got
technology.
everyone a little more excited to
Yes.
play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good overall. You know what I mean? What was your line? There's no bad.
There's
No
no
bad.
bad advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not to say that we don't have our fundamental flaws within our sport, because
Yeah.
we certainly do, and you and I kind of
Yeah.
touched on a few of them. But I mean, there are multiple levels of what is wrong with pool and why it doesn't catch on, and so on and so forth, and why we're not in the Olympics. And I mean, we could go on and on and on with what's wrong with the sport and how do we fix it. And it really isn't about having tournaments with players in dress code, right? That's a great look, and I'm glad we did it for this. But
Yeah.
that's not the solution. That's not going to fix pool. It's really not. It's not going to take away the fact that, some of the old school look at pool as kind of that dark back alley room type of sport that really doesn't belong with the other sports. And I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think pool, the physical stamina required to sit through and run through a tournament of even this size, it
Yeah.
takes a lot. The mental capacity.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's the big thing. You know what I mean? Sitting in that chair, is the big thing. Knowing how to control your emotions in that chair and waiting, especially at the pro level, it's knowing how to occupy your mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think you and I were talking a little bit on how you prep and working out, and were you saying meditation? I think was one of the things that you do.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I do it here and there. It's just mostly breathing, controlled breathing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. It's just sitting in that chair, getting your breaths under control, slowing the heart rate down. You know what I mean? Because your adrenaline's pumping, your heart's going. It's so anything you can do. You know what I mean? I learned at a young age, and I've been doing it in my probably since early 20s, and
Mm-hmm.
devoted a lot of myself to the psychology of the mental side of the game and stuff. Just what I mean? Because at this level, you need every little edge you can get or do. So yeah, the mental side of this game is very big. Once you get
It's
to it,
challenging.
it's very, very, very big. You know what I mean? Everyone can make the balls and run out, but if you know how to do under pressure consistently and knowing how to focus and just keeping your mind in the match and just being ready to shoot when you have your opportunity is big. You know what I mean? Everyone's a good front runner, but how you good coming from back? You know what I mean? How can
Yeah,
you grind?
the
You know what I
tournament
mean?
tournament
Yeah,
stamina.
that's a big thing.
It really is a big thing. It's, I mean, I had no stamina left going into this event
Yeah.
because of what the week's worth of preparation was like, and I tried,
Oh, it's
but
hard.
there's just
No, you got so much on your
there's-
plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way for me to play at any level to what I'm capable of.
Yeah, well, this will be my advice for you next year, Grant.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I take it all.
so,
Constructive criticism
so,
is always welcome.
so you're playing next year. You're playing your event.
Yeah.
You're commentating all day, blah, blah, blah. You know your match is coming up in probably an hour. I'd probably say, hey, 30 minutes before I'm done, get out of the building,
Yep.
go for a walk,
Yep.
just to get out here, because that's what I like to do. I like to just get out of the building, go for a walk, just get your mind right, maybe hit a few balls, just to get in the right mind frame before a match, instead of just like taking the headphones off and just going straight into a match, because I mean that's so hard. Because then you're worrying about this and that and all
Well,
this.
and that's part
So-
of it for sure, and I really do need to take that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
My issue
Yeah.
is I'm very CDO,
Yeah.
right? Everything's got to be in place, in
Yeah,
order, done in
yeah.
the right time, and everything has to fit in its box. And I have a very, very hard time relaxing until that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Until everything is done, everything is sitting there, everything is perfect, and so on and so forth. As perfect as I can make it. And this being the first one is really, really personal, really the effort that I needed to put in. Now, I've learned a little bit. I've got some insight into what I can do differently next year, and I can certainly apply that advice
Yeah, you
because I
should.
think I can
Yeah.
carve that time out.
I was going to answer a question here. Jerzel? Yeah, there's one book that I. There's a few. I just can't remember them all. So
I can tell you one. I can tell you a really good one.
Are you going to say Inner Game of Tennis?
I'm not. I'm going to say Zen Pool,
Zen Pool, yeah.
Max Eberly.
Yeah. The Mindful Athlete is a good one. I really like. So
And I think there were physical stamina.
it's up cheap.
Then I can get a Gatorade sponsor.
Dallas.
What do you guys think about the jump cue used in tournaments, both 7 and 9 foot tables? I'm a fan of them. Now we may
Yeah.
differ here. I'm a fan of the jump cue. It takes some skill.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's added another dimension to the game. You're not always going to be able to jump in every different scenario, so you still have to learn the kicks. That still has to be in your repertoire.
Yeah.
But the jump adds a whole nother thing to pool. It adds that excitement. And if we really want to make this a spectator sport, the jump has to be in it. And I'll give you a prime example. Happened this weekend with Ben Francis in his match. Kind of got a little bit of a bad rub. And he really did put the T3 on display. And full cue jumped into the heart of the pocket on a jump cut, drew on top of that. And it adds such a level of excitement that, correct me if I'm wrong, we got 300 viewers on Facebook, another 225 on YouTube. There's over 500 people. Tell me that that's not something people like to see. Of course it is. And if we want this sport to grow, we have to consider the viewership and the viewers.
Yep. No, I'm not going to disagree. I'm just going to add a little thing onto that.
Certainly.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. The jump shot is very, very exciting shot and pool. Very, you know what I mean? Especially for like people that don't watch the game so much, and especially for the amateurs. And it's a very exciting, and it gets the match going. You know what I mean? It's a very exciting shot and pool. Very, very, very trick shot like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Couple tournaments I played in. There's a couple rules you can vary the jump shot, and I played in a couple tournaments, which I don't mind. Well, playing this format, like we talked about, is like at the pro level, some tournaments I play at don't allow jump cues,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some tournaments that don't allow it. Especially playing bar table 8-ball table you make. I feel at the pro level, if you do hook yourself, I think you deserve to get hooked, because at the level you probably shouldn't really hook yourself. It happens,
Right.
but you shouldn't really take a jump cue and bail yourself out of getting out of position.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. Or there's a couple tournaments I played in where you're allowed one jump shot a game. That's it.
Okay.
So
And
that gives you an idea where, maybe should I use it now or shouldn't I use it now, right? But an 8-ball, you know what I mean, you're probably only going to use it maybe once
right.
in one rack
Yeah.
if you're running out.
Yeah.
But if you're playing 9-ball on a bar table, okay, or 10-ball, Now, okay. Now
Yeah.
you have to make up a decision.
Now it's a
Now,
challenge.
am I going to use this jump shot once a game or
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
So I played so many different rules where it's like
Right.
you're only allowed one jump
And
shot a game, right? So
I'm of the opinion.
so might be something for next year to consider too.
Well,
Maybe,
here's
right?
my argument back, and not that I think
Yeah.
we're arguing at all. We're
No,
making
no,
valid
no.
valid
We're
points,
just
and,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
right. But my opinion is this: if you're going to take the jump cue out if you hook yourself, then take out the kick shot if you hook yourself.
No.
Right? They're both well, and that's my argument.
Oh
You can't
no.
take out one without taking out
No.
the other.
You got a little silly now.
No, I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah, they both take skill to do. And if I've learned the skill, even though I've hooked myself, okay, I can make an easy
Okay.
one rail kick shot to go safe.
Should we take the chalk out of the game too?
Only if
That's
you
what
hook,
it sounds like.
only if you hook yourself, right? That's how ridiculous that sounds to me.
Right.
Is if you hook
Right.
yourself,
Right.
you're
But
going to
I
eliminate one of the skill shots that
right.
I've developed,
No
and
offense.
that's ridiculous.
No offense to you, but
No, I don't.
no, but I've played more tournaments and
Of
probably
course.
more high caliber pool, but
Yes,
I've
yes.
I've seen a little more jump shot rules and this and that. So, but yeah, but see in your perspective, yeah,
Well, it's
That-
just
that- that's the way
but that's
you
as
see it.
Yeah,
That's the way
as
you see
it's
it.
as ridiculous to me in stating, okay, take out the kick shot,
yeah.
as somebody stating to me, will take out the jump shot.
And like we're saying about the technology these days, you know what I mean? Everything is developed and evolved so much where, you know what I mean, guys get quarter inch, 2 inches away from a ball and they just pop right over it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on, like.
That's right.
If,
But I mean,
if you get
but
a,
then do we
if-
regress the technology back to
you
using
know,
broomsticks?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's, and you and I had a
okay.
conversation somewhat about short-term pain
Yeah.
for long-term gain.
Okay. And well, this probably doesn't affect Canadian players so much, but a rule that I really disagree
Yeah.
is when I play a lot of tournaments, especially bar table 9 ball in the U.S.
Right.
is no 3 foul. So when I grew up playing a lot, and grew up playing in Canada, 9-foot bar table, we all played 3 foul.
Right.
Okay. So that it teaches you how to play safe and kick.
Okay.
So now when you're playing no 3 foul, now
Yeah.
you're getting guys just not trying to kick balls, not learning that side of the game, not trying to, like, just going back to your kicking part of
Right.
the game.
Yeah.
That's why.
And I totally missed that. I
Take-
had Rick
Take
say-
one rail off the table and how about Earl wayside. Yeah. Yeah. He's a Diamond Dallas.
Yeah,
He's
It's Winnipeg.
he's a good friend of mine. We grew up together
Yeah.
as kids and stuff, and we played pool together. And his nickname's Cheap. So
I don't want to know.
no, it's just the name he's had. So, but yeah, he loves pool, and yeah, he's always supporting me, and yeah, he's a
So what was the take one rail off the table, or how about Earl's way, take out the
Did-
side pockets?
Did you see Earl and Darren gamble? Maybe did you see that?
I didn't.
Earl had a table made, a diamond table
Okay.
with just corner pockets.
What?
Yeah, go on YouTube and watch it. They gambled for like 10 or 20,000
No way.
playing 9 ball, and
With no side pockets.
Diamond made Earl a table with no side pockets.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even want to know
Yeah.
what Earl
And
had
Earl
to
lost.
pay.
I'm pretty sure Earl lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to know what
Yeah.
Earl had to pay to.
Yeah, Johnny,
Get
it's
that
me,
man.
buddy. It's Clat. You should come next year, buddy. See a good game. Should make your way down. Good tournament. Good prize money. There's a lot of good bar table players in Winnipeg, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Manitoba.
Shannon Ducharme, I heard, was coming back on the scene.
Yeah, Shannon, he's been doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
He's taking care of himself, doing a lot of good things. So I'm proud of that guy. And Johnny, he's another good player. I just played him probably a month ago in a tournament in Winnipeg, King of the Hill thing. So yeah, he had a good tournament.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing you out there.
Yeah, Rod did it.
Yeah.
Filmed it, and so we had a good battle, good match. So there is a good pool scene in Manitoba. Because when I was growing up, you know what I mean, it was always like, especially at bar table, it was always like Calgary and Winnipeg, and you know what I mean, that was the big rival.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, especially playing bar table 8-ball.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the guys or teams that were doing the most damage.
Well, and we're hopeful because Rod Arigata in Winnipeg is now Q Sports Live Manitoba.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you got a little more
exposure.
Maybe getting a guy out east now, probably, huh?
Well, we got plans. We're working.
Hashtag plans.
Yeah, right. No, we've got potential of. We've been talking with Eleanor Collado.
I think you're dogging the score. I think it's 6-2 now.
It is 6-2. I'm dogging everything. Look at me go. But we're talking with Eleanor Collado out of San Francisco.
Yeah, great person.
Amazing. Both Emmeline and Eleanor.
Great people.
Amazing girls.
Great people.
Yeah. But she may come on and join Q Sports Live and do her own.
A little West Coast there.
Yeah.
Sacramento
she's got her own
something?
tour, right?
Is it Sacramento?
Down San Francisco. Yeah. So we're kind of talking with her a little bit and seeing if we can have her join the Q Sports Live crew.
Yeah.
And she'll be able to obviously stream and do all of that under the Q Sports Live page. We've got BC covered. We're good on BC. But that's the plan. We want to keep growing. Right? I got big plans. I've told you some. And those are these big plans. I got bigger plans.
That's good, man. We need at least 10 more guys like Grant.
Yes, please.
In the pool world.
Let's do it.
At least 10 more guys like him.
Let's do it.
All right, let's just start with 5.
5 is good. Well,
yeah.
2 would be good because then me and the other guy, we can bounce.
Yeah.
We can do a lot.
Yeah, you guys can look at all the brackets on CompuSport.ca, I believe it is. So, yeah.
All the brackets, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Edwin is waiting the winner of this for the finals.
Absolutely. Thoughts on shot clocks? This is where I differ. I don't mind the shot clock so long as it doesn't have to be manned. And the argument is, I've been a ref for a long, long, long time. And for example, when you go down to Vegas for VNEA, ACS, APA, yada, 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 and you've got 200 tables there, you're never going to find 200 refs to sit and man that. It becomes logistically impossible to do. So at the amateur level, not a fan of shot clocks.
Yeah.
At the pro level, if it's an all-pro event, I'm a fan.
Yep. No. I agree. Yeah, especially playing 9-ball and 10-ball at the pro level. I think I have no problem with the shot clock. A lot of the pro events, you know what I mean, they do have a shot clock on them. But, you know what I mean, but playing like 8-ball, I just think 8-ball is more of a methodical game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you need to actually
the shot clock
think about the outs and
the shot
game
clock
plan.
time frame though can be adjusted to the game. 9-ball being average of 40 or 45 seconds for the shot clock, 30 seconds sometimes. You can adjust that the same with 8-ball, right? A 1-minute shot clock. Right? A minute is a long, long time. It doesn't seem like it. But you sit there and you walk the table and you time yourself for 1 minute. It's a long, long time.
Yeah, I was actually talking to a guy yesterday. He said, maybe we can play this game with a chess clock. You know, when you play chess, you hit the clock.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
So he's like, there's all these apps now where you can make something where you, I don't know, it's hard to put on the table or do something, but you shoot, and it's like after you're done your shot, you go hit the button.
Yep.
Then the guy has a certain amount of time to shoot. You know what I mean? I don't know if you'd call a foul on him, but like I said, you know what I mean? Playing 8-ball, it's more
It's
methodical.
strategic, yeah.
But if you're playing 9-ball or 10-ball,
Yeah.
I think there's only really like 1 or 2 shots most of the time where you can choose from.
Sure.
But playing 8-ball, you know what I mean? There's so many like
Yeah. So I
so
kind of
different
like the
types.
1 minute shot clock on 8-ball. I think with 9-ball, you're a 30-second shot clock, and 10-ball, you're kind of in between at a 45.
Yeah. I know I'm not the fastest player. I'm real slow, and I apologize, guys, but it's just the way I've been playing for so long, and you know what I mean? We're playing for big money here, so you want to make the best of it. But
Yeah, of course.
but at the end of the day, I usually play better under the shot clock. So I think
There's something to
I
it,
know
right?
I probably should have a shot clock when I played. I try to analyze and think too much, just like a lot of us out there. So.
Of course.
So.
Of course. Well, there is that
Yeah,
saying, think
yeah.
long, think
Think wrong.
wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That can kind of sometimes even creep in,
Oh.
right? Even at a pro level, right? I mean, you
Oh,
guys are human. You're not,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you're not unreachable. You're not untouchable. And here's what I find is with most pro players out there, they are very approachable. You're a very approachable guy. We've always had good conversation, and
Stan
you're willing
just
to kind
overran
of
that a little bit.
you're
Yeah.
kind of willing to still impart a little wisdom. You're not going to give us all the tricks in the bag,
No.
but you're still willing to share tidbits of information here and there.
No.
And I think most guys are like that.
No. Yeah, I don't mind. You can ask me whatever you want. You know, what I mean, I'll be straight up with you and tell you the honest truth.
That's it. And that's one of the things I respect about Jason Clapp.
But because I know how hard the game is.
Yeah.
Because I know what I had to go through, what I learned, and watching videos, watching people, and learning a lot of stuff on my own. So if I can just say 1 or 2 things to somebody and help them get to the next level,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes me happy because I know how hard the game is. And if I can help you get there quicker than still like going to experience it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It helps me because I didn't really have a whole lot of people like tell me, show me this and that. I
Yeah.
did a lot of stuff on my own
Self-taught.
and just like watching. So, especially juniors and stuff, and if I can just help you to get to that next level quicker, it makes me happy.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, Stan kind
Yeah.
of missed that shot. This can be a big turning point in this match. That
For
shot,
sure.
yeah, you know what I
It
mean.
very well could be.
Especially playing, you know what I mean, alternate break. You know what I mean, 3-game swings are nothing.
Yeah. And just so y'all know, we're not missing nothing. We're really not. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't update the score, but we're still watching. But honestly, the level that these guys are playing at, do you need us to say he's going from this to that, from here to there? This is
Yeah.
just great pool.
Yeah, what I've been seeing, you know what I mean, Stan, you know what I mean, he's got to be careful. What I've been seeing, he's got to. Seems like he's kind of just going through the motions a little bit. It just might happen.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's got to be careful. Where he's got to keep his foot on the pedal here. You know what I mean? What I would say to myself, I'd say just come on. It's like this is like a hill match. You know what I mean? Because
This is an important round.
Because if he doesn't win it, like if he breaks dry, you know what I mean, nothing he can do. But if he makes a ball in the break, he's got to do everything in his power to win this game, I think.
Absolutely.
Because
Wholeheartedly.
you can see, I think, Kevin right now, he's got a little momentum.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he's getting that pep in the step.
Exactly. So if he wins this game 6-4, breaks runs out 6-5, you know, now your
Yeah,
thoughts are going
now-
on Stan,
yeah.
right? Now he's going fast.
Okay, so this is a really good point to make. That happens to all of us.
Yep.
Whether you're at amateur level or pro level player.
Yeah.
The difference is how you handle that.
It's very easy to get wound up and very quick. Your mind starts racing very fast. So you just got to tell yourself, like I said, you know, I mean, you got to practice those mental things off the table as just much as time you put on the table. That's at the pro level. I know a lot of the guys that are part-time weekend warriors don't do that. But if you really want to slowly get to the next level, just put a little time, just like psychology, the mental part of the game, because you probably see a lot of amateur players or even yourself, Grant, is when it comes down to the crunch or you're seeing a lot of repetitive emotions, the same outcomes, and you're like, oh, why am I not closing these out like that? It's just prepping yourself mentally for that opportunity, like when it comes,
Absolutely.
because you know it's
You
going to
bet.
come.
Absolutely.
So if you can just put just say 10, 20 minutes a day,
Yep.
just reading something where you're controlling your train of thought. That's the big thing, because it's very easy to get panicky in this game.
Yeah.
Very
much.
easy.
Yeah.
So you need to control your mind and your breathing and everything. So you're just one shot at a time.
That's
You
it.
gotta slow your mind down.
Yeah.
That's the
The
big
mind
thing.
races.
Exactly.
Mine probably more than.
But the thing is, you gotta know how to control your mind, where you need to control the voice to talk slower.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta tell it to speed up,
Yeah.
because when the balls are all there,
Yeah.
you need to kind of just
Get in it. Get in it.
right?
Yeah.
And then when you're tic-tacking around, or especially when you break, and you gotta like plan out the out.
Yeah.
So now you gotta slow down a little bit.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
But when the balls are all there, and you see the out, just
Hit it.
go,
Hit it.
go,
Yeah.
right?
Don't think no more.
Exactly. So it's a very happy medium thing.
It is. Yeah. And you get to walk kind of both sides of the line there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why the game is so hard.
Yeah.
It's a mental warfare out there.
It really is. It really, really is.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's why pool, you know what I mean? I think pool, what I've seen, it was like the three hardest sports to master, I think, was golf, then tennis, then pool.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Because they're, you know what I mean? It's so much that you can't control, too, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're playing golf. You can't control the lie. You can't control this rock that might hit your ball. You can't control this tree. You can't. You know, when you're playing tennis, you can't control the ref's call, or I don't know. There's
That's
just all
right.
these little things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say it's like, oh, what do you do? Like how do you control that? So right now, if I was Stan, you know, when he's sitting in his chair, what can he control right now?
Himself.
Exactly. That's all he can do.
He's just got to sit and wait for his chance, because it's going to come.
He's got to control his mind. He's got to control his emotions. He's got to be positive. And, you know what I mean? You see a lot of players get mad and flustered. And, it's like, you know what I mean? When you start seeing that, you know what I mean? Because I was there. I was a kid. You know what I mean? You don't want to give your opponent that little edge and say, this guy's
Not at
done,
all.
right? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're feeding off all that, right?
For sure. And that's what feeds them the momentum.
Oh,
Look
no.
out.
No.
Does the 13 go past the 7 into that bottom right? Bottom right.
No, it doesn't.
Wow. That is really, really an unforced error. And the way that Kevin has been shooting, not typical.
Well, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's the only match going on. Everyone's watching. You know what I mean? It's a different mindset, too, right? Being under, you know what I mean? No offense to Kevin, but Stan's been here probably a little more than he has.
For sure.
So.
And Deborah, we'll get there, all right? We've done this all weekend long, right? So relax. We'll get there. There's still matches coming. There's still games coming. We'll get there.
He doesn't really have a shot. He can shoot
I don't know
the
if the
13.
bank goes. I don't think it goes. I think
it doesn't.
The
It
15 and the 11 are both not in ideal spots for a bank. I don't know if there's a safe there. Do you want to move the 13 to 7 go for Stan? It does, I guess, down to the bottom right. Look at that shot.
Wow.
What a shot.
That's kind of a little unfortunate. He hit that ball well.
He hit it so good.
Yes.
But really got unlucky there. Does he have the edge of the 10?
I don't know if it. No, I think he's
Is
just
he
gonna
trying
try.
to kick?
He's just gonna try to make his ball. What? Wow.
Wow.
Good try.
He didn't miss that by much either.
I don't think I've ever attempted that shot in that situation, but he hit it well. It was a game winner, I think, if he made it. Yeah, and that
Yes, thanks, Trevor.
and
But I
that
mean, listen, we're going to get both sides of the coin from the viewers there too. But my point that I'm trying to make, guys, when you tune into Q Sports Live, this is what we do. Okay, we typically give play by play, comment by comment, ball by ball. This is where you should do. This is how you do it. And you know what? When I get guys like Jason Klatt, Tyler Steyer, anybody that wants to come and lend us the time out of their day, yes, I'm going to pick their brains. I'm going to try to pick their brains and give you as much knowledge from them as what I can give you. The play by play, yes, we'll get back to it. That's what we do. But it's how often, guys, do we get to sit down and we get to talk with a guy like Jason Klatt? That's my point. I can tell you 1,000 different times, yes, they're making great shots. There's no denying that. But I can tell you 1,000 different tables, this is what he can do and this is how he does it and so on and so forth. But I don't get 1,000 different times to sit down with Jason Klatt.
Yeah, and I don't get 1,000 times to sit down with Grant either.
There you go, right?
But yeah, Stan got out of the line here. He's got a steep cut into shooting this ball on the side. Now his cue ball is probably he's forced to maybe draw it with tight left, but he's probably just gonna roll and try to roll into the 8,
Yeah,
11,
trying.
slow roll it.
Now this could be trouble. You can
Sure,
push this eight
it's
ball
very-
into a bad spot.
Well, it's very hard to control the cue ball too.
Uh-oh. Look out. Look out.
Good call, Grant.
Oh, bad spot for the 8 ball.
What did I say about this game?
Right?
Stan's got to
Ebb
be careful.
and flow.
Yeah.
Ebb and flow.
I think if I was Kevin, I'd take a break. But that'd be me, maybe. But no, I probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? You got the momentum. Keep it going. Like I said, you know what I mean? Stan's got to, you know what I mean? That's unfortunate, but he did get out of line on that ball. You know what I mean? He got hampered and jacked up.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I got this here. Yeah, that was tough. He was in tough there.
I think Kevin only can break second ball or from the side. I don't think I've ever seen him hit from the box. Hit those well though. Good spread. What did he make? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solids. I don't know. He doesn't even have a shot on the solids.
Absolutely, Nicole. 100%. This is why I like to go when I have Jason Klatt sitting here. It's to all of our benefit, right? I mean, yes, and believe me, I don't mean any slight towards Stan and towards Kevin. And if I was to ask either one of them, they're never going to be insulted by what we were talking about, ever.
No.
I promise you they wouldn't.
Did he get him on the 12? If he got him on that 12, that's a good shot. It's close.
It is close.
I think he did. That's a good shot.
Does the 11 inhibit the 15? Let me stand up and see. Oh, yeah.
Another point to going back to the match is, Stan kind of had a good footprint on this match, right? So he kind of had Kevin buried a little bit, if I'd say. But especially, from playing against I'd say Kevin's like a top, amateur player. You know what I mean? I'd say he's a good, steady top amateur player.
Really good amateur player.
So, but what I've seen or experienced a lot is if you get up on these guys, a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and just put your foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They kind of they let up a little bit,
I kind of had.
but if you
Oh
let
yeah.
but if you let them in,
Mm-hmm.
like if you throw a game or two and they run out, and now they start believing they can win, right?
Absolutely.
So
Belief is
right,
so huge.
so that's the big thing. So when you have somebody buried, you need to keep that foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
Just
So
for all you players out there, if you have a lead, don't let up. Keep going. Act like you
belong there.
no act that and act like you're actually down sometimes in the
Yes.
match. It's very hard to get lazy when you're ahead.
Well, and so here's one of the little snippets of mental advice that I can give, or maybe you've heard this before. I'm sure you did. As a amateur player, when you're playing a pro level or a high level player, the attitude you have to go in with. So if I'm matching up with a Jason Klatt, and I know how to play the game, there's no doubt, and I mentally want to tell myself and convince myself that I belong here.
It's a good
I
one.
belong in this
Yep,
match. I
that's a good one.
belong next to Jason Klatt. I can hang because belief is half the battle.
Yeah. Yep. And going to that point of view is another thing that I teach and tell people is, you know what I mean? Don't try to do what I do.
No.
Don't try to do shots that I do. Just play within your ability. Do shots that are your percentage. Play your game. Don't try to do what I'm doing because, you know what I
I'm
mean?
not you.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You can't. Don't try to execute a 2 or 3 out of a 10 shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play the 5 or 6 or 7 out of 10 shot.
Absolutely.
Keep it simple. You know what I mean?
Look at this,
What did I
Mr.
just
Klatt.
say? Did I call
What
that?
did you say at,
What, exactly.
at 6'3"? What
2,
did you say?
6'2".
6'2"? Look
Exactly.
at the battle back, and I love to see the heart of a player where most people down 6'2" race to 9 might tend to kind of give up a little bit.
No, I just like I said, I just had the body language or body sense from Stan that he was just going through the motions that he thought it was going to happen,
Yeah.
and he was kind of just going at ease.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
He
he had all the opportunities because Kevin
Yeah.
was giving him all the chances,
Absolutely.
right? But
And the-
he didn't capitalize.
You know
right?
what I'm really, really liking about Kevin's game right now? Throughout this entire match, he just looks really composed, really relaxed,
Well,
really comfortable.
not the whole match, but the whole tournament, which I liked,
Yes.
is that he's playing that he has nothing to lose.
That's it.
He's the underdog in every match he
Yeah.
plays, especially like the top level players.
Yeah.
And because he knows he can beat anybody,
Mhm.
and like we were saying, he believes in himself.
Belief is half the
Oh,
battle.
it's the big thing.
Does anyone else have the stream keep freezing up? Marty, we're watching along. We're follow along on exactly the same stream you are. It's good on our end. If it does keep freezing up, back out, close down Facebook, and join back in again.
Yeah, surprised Stan's using this head break. When he was playing me, he was hitting second ball.
And Trevor, I'll say this. No matter who you are, when you play a legend like Stan Taranjo, that's going to play a little bit into your mind. It's Stan Taranjo. He's a living legend.
Well, but hats off to both players. But
Yeah, absolutely.
But I believe, or I think that they probably played each other
A few times.
numerous times in the past, so they're
They
both a little comfortable
They
playing
are.
each other.
They are.
You know what
But
I mean?
it's still Stan Taranjo. That still creeps in the mind.
Right. Yeah, if they had a bar table Hall of Fame, or even if a Canadian pool Hall of Fame, I'd probably have to say Stan would probably be in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Freed up the 13 ball. Got that 2 ball out really nicely. Ended up well on this 10 ball. Now it's a little bit more angle on that 10 ultimately would have been ideal, but I think he can still force that and punch in just like that.
See,
Unfortunately, he's put that 12 in.
Yeah, you got a little careless there. You know what I mean? He's trying to play on rhythm right now.
Yeah.
See, if I helped, we call him Ozzy, but Kevin. If I worked with him probably for a good month or so and just helping him like tune down his stroke and kind of his cue ball control a little
Mhm.
bit, he'd even be more dangerous, I think.
Yeah.
Because even on a shot like that, he could have controlled going into a ball a little bit better.
Yeah.
He kind of just winged at it and just kind of
Mhm.
hoped for a shot, which
Yeah.
he does have a shot, but obviously
He's put 12 in tough.
he tied up to 12.
It is cuttable if he can if he can take care of the 15 ball and somehow get back, whether he uses the 14 ball or the 13 ball to find a way to get back to that spot. It does cut, and
Well,
the 8 does go into that top right hand corner.
like on your screen right now, it looks like you can hold that ball, but you can't.
No.
You know what I mean? The angle's a little too steep, so the cue ball is going to be running a little bit. So he was trying to hit that ball full,
He was.
right?
Yeah.
But he did. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right now he's underdog to win this game.
Yeah.
Man, he likes shooting these shots, doesn't he?
And Heather, relax. Take it easy. He'll get there. They're playing for some pretty big cash. I don't expect him to fly through these racks.
Yeah.
This is
I
a
know.
big tournament.
Yeah. There's a lot of money on the line.
Guy Nicklin, is this the final? No. The winner of this will move on to play the one and only Edwin Montal. Edwin Montal guy. So
Yeah.
is he trying to,
No,
he's
just
trying to
put the
play
cue
safe.
ball on the rail.
Yeah.
I like that shot.
Oh, doesn't want the 14 in there though.
Exactly. He could have played that without the 14 getting in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference from
So
second to third is $1,000.
So right now, I kind of like clipping the 3 on the right side and trying to put the cue ball to the right side of the side pocket.
Yeah.
That's what I would try to put it right here.
Mm-hmm. Just
Any-
up by that.
just anywhere
about
over
by
here.
the diamond.
Yeah.
One diamond down from that right side pocket.
Yeah, that's what I would try to do. But you got to be careful you don't scratch too. You know what I mean? Some of these tables play a little sharp, come off a little fast.
Yeah, the rails play really live.
I don't like that.
No, you just gave him the 13
Yeah.
ball with angle.
I know he can't really do anything, but he can maybe create something now.
With a chance to make 2,500
Yeah.
on top, absolutely. And yeah, Don, you're correct. Edwin is another living legend. I mean, come on, the guy hasn't picked up a Q in a year and wins the A side.
That's a great
That's
shot,
a
Ozzy.
perfect
See?
shot.
See, that's the thing. He gave him an open ball. You know what I mean? Now he created something. He opened his ball up. Like I said, if you put him over to the right side, before the
That was
side
a
pockets,
really smart
he
shot.
couldn't do anything like
Yeah.
that. See?
That was a really, really smart shot.
See, I kind of like watching.
I'm gonna take that.
No, but
put
I like
that into
watching.
the memory
I
bank.
like watching sometimes because I see colors in players sometimes, right?
Yeah.
No, but
That was a really great shot.
no, but you know what? That's a sign of not disrespect, but he doesn't believe that like Ozzy could like think or
develop.
do it or develop something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Now Stan's in a hair pickle. Now you can cut that 13 and
Yep.
he has a
I
shot.
don't think the 5 got in the way. Does the 13 bank past the 1, do you think?
No. He's got to try to dice it in. I think that's what I would do. I would dice it in with, you know what I mean? But he's hampered. He might have to jack up, but he has a shot, though. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. And it's
like
free swinging.
Like at my level,
free
like
stroking.
at the pro level, like, fuck, we're oh, sorry, excuse me. But like we have a shot, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're getting excited, right?
Yeah.
Usually,
Oh.
that's lazy.
Yeah.
He was trying to wedge him up to the 2.
Yeah.
He was trying to go off the rail, wedge him up right behind the 2. See?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who hasn't picked up a Q in a year? That would be Edwin Montal, your A-side winner.
Uh, cheap. Yeah, me and Edwin battled multiple times. Yeah, he's beat me. He's beat me in 2 Canadian 9-ball finals.
Steven.
Yeah.
Steven is watching from the airport. Thanks for tuning in, Steven. Stephen Folan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really get to. I saw him. He was one of the seeded players. I didn't really know who he was, but I watched some of his game. He's a pretty good, steady player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He knows what to do with the cue.
Yeah, he made a good comeback. I think he lost his first match, and
Yeah.
he won a lot of matches
Battled.
on the B side. Yeah.
Battled.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether Steven's watching with the volume on or not, but Steven went home with a BK3. Sorry, with a T3, not BK3.
Get your letters right.
Wow. It must be late. I must be tired. This has got to be day 4, right? This is day 4. He went home with a T3 jump break cue.
Yeah, poor Ozzy here. He kind of had Stan he had a good opportunity there. I think he should have shot.
I do
I
too.
think he should
Yeah,
have shot at
I
the
do
13
too.
and try to win the game.
Yeah, you got to kick the door down sometimes. Steven, it is the one and only Jason Klatt sitting beside me.
Sorry, I know sometimes I don't talk loud enough. Sorry.
No,
but
your
yeah.
volume's good.
Yeah.
We
okay.
got you. These are really good headsets. Different from the last time that you were on. We had the little wire ones that kind of ate into your head a little bit.
Oh, these are a little upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. These are the gooder ones.
Q Sport Live's doing well these days.
We know how to spend our money. We spend our money wisely. And we know how to pinch the pennies.
Don't have pennies in this country anymore, do you?
No.
So why are you saying that?
Well, because the trick to Q Sports Live is this. I have my own job. Ben has his own job. Ryan has his own job. And therefore, we don't pay ourselves
Yeah.
for doing this.
That's good. I mean, yeah, you guys are
We're
putting
not there yet.
Ooh, you might have came on the wrong side a little bit. So you have to punch this ball over.
I think the 8 passes the 14.
It does. It does, but
Just punch over to the 12.
yeah. I would take a break if I was Ozzy right now.
Absolutely.
That would be me, but
And there he goes. He must have heard you.
yep. I'm gonna follow him. So
Absolutely.
talk to you guys in a minute. Hey, Dave Void. Hey, buddy. Yeah, from my hometown, Selkirk. I used to play with him when I was younger. Yeah, we used to. He showed me a couple things.
So there we go, guys. They're going to take a break. I think I'm even going to take a break. I'll be back here in a quick few minutes. I'm going to put it on radio silence unless Steph wants to sit in, but she's walking away. So we're going to have a quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back. I'm going to leave the stream on, just the volume off. All right, guys. Back with you. We're back. They got back too quick. I didn't get the chance to do what I needed to do, but that's all right. Oh, nice effort there from Stan. Tries to make that 3 ball. And kind of a two-way shot. Tries to make the 3 and left it safe. Unless it's open. No, it can't be open. And yes, there is commentary, Gideon. We were just on a quick break. I'm back. Jason's coming back. He's got his mic on now. We're ready to rock and roll.
What's he doing here? Combo?
Yeah.
Holy moly. What
Wow.
a shot. He shot it like it was a hanger.
Unfortunately, again, I don't. Oh, he might be on 13. He might have the 13. But Stan tried a two-way shot. So Stan was down at this end of the table. The only shot he had was to carry him off because of those balls. Carry him off the 5 and try to make the 3 and just missed it. But left Kevin tough. But Kevin just got out of that like you said, like it was a hanger.
He tied. He's got work. I'm not sure what he can do here. Can he go forward and go into him?
Oh, he tried to put the mustard on it.
Yeah, he's...
He overhit that, don't you think, a little? I don't think he needed to hit that quite as hard as that.
It was just a little quick. Stroke was a little quick. He got, he tried to, got fast, Like I tell a lot of amateur players, like, anytime you get intimidated or under pressure, the stroke usually gets short and quick and fast.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to really try to, that's why get those fundamentals and basics down and try to develop a stroke that holds under pressure. It's like anything. It's like hitting a tennis ball, like, you playing tennis or golf on the drive or in golf in general. It's all about that timing, getting that good timing down, hitting that cue ball with a nice stroke and timing.
That was a really nice shot from Stan there. Split the window between the 13.
See, and what Kevin on that shot was thinking about, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
He's thinking about potting the ball, then he's thinking about going into the ball, then he's probably thinking about what's going to happen after that. Right? Where you just focus on the shot ahead.
Yeah.
Just try to worry about one thing and one thing only. Okay, what can you control?
Mm-hmm.
What can you control is only putting a good stroke on the ball.
Yeah.
Keeping your head down, keeping still, and that's all you can control.
That's it.
Right? Don't worry about what's going to happen.
Well, and this was something that I can't remember where I heard it or who I heard it from. But you've done these shots 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And instinctually, you already know what to do. You know you're going to put a touch of right or a touch of left or what have you. Just concentrate on making the shot. The rest will come.
Yeah. Well, just do the right things.
That's it.
And just give yourself the best chance of making the shot.
Mm-hmm. And I heard another little tidbit of advice from a pretty well-known guy by the name of Dr. Q.
Right.
And this is on your long, straight-in type of shots. And when you, as an amateur player, those are my least favorite shots. Don't like the long, straight shot. And I think that's true for a lot of amateur players. And what he said to me was this. If you're on a long shot, don't stand right at the rail on the table. Stand back 10 feet. Look at that shot.
Yeah.
That's a long shot. Then
Yeah.
when you walk up to the rail, it's not quite as intimidating.
Yeah.
And I've used it a couple of times. Good advice.
No, yeah, that's a good point because I practice a lot of straight-in shots. Or I used to practice a lot of straight-in shots. I still do. You know what I mean? everyone's like, oh, straight in shots, straight in shots. Oh yeah, they're easy, but at the end of the day, they're actually the most difficult shot
Mm-hmm.
because you got to contact the cue ball center and you got to contact the object ball center.
Yep.
So you really got to have good cue action to make straight in shots.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good stroke.
So that's why I say is, you know, when they're like, oh, what do you do, Jason? Oh, what kind of practice drills and shit? I'm gonna say, hey, go shoot a lot of straight in shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shoot straight in shots, then just slowly increase the distance. That'll help you with your cue action.
Yeah. Stan Taranjo on the hill.
Oh, you're actually on the score now. You're keeping
I
up to
got it.
date.
I'm
Oh,
on it.
good for you.
I woke up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was kind of in a la la land.
Oh.
Now I got to run this one time, and I know that Stan's breaking. Let's try a different angle on this break.
I actually like that angle better. I think you can see the angles of the balls better. Is that the first time you've done this all week?
Nope. First time with you and I. Does it come up dry? He did come up dry. See, and I like this.
Yeah. Now
right?
you can see it better.
Now I can see it better.
I can
right?
too.
Yeah. So I got to run this one more time because this is last call for this. If you want in it to win it, now is the time. We will do the draw for this following the A final. But if you want in to win, it is for the winner's choice. Jacoby, you can choose the Jacoby Black, the T3 jump break, the JB case plus cash, or take the 620. And if you do want in it, now is the time. qsportslive@gmail.com. If you're in Canada,
When are you
outside,
drawing?
as soon as the A final's done, we'll have the winner pick the ticket.
How much is it? 20?
$20.
I'll buy a ticket.
You'll buy a ticket.
I'll buy a ticket.
Jason Klatt is in, ladies and gentlemen.
Buy a ticket.
If you're outside Canada, or outside Canada, and you want in, send a message to the page. I'll get back to you with how you can get in to win.
I never won a cube raffle in my life. I think I'm due.
You're due? Well, this would be a good one to win. One ticket for you, sir.
Do you have any?
Just like that.
Do you have any of the brake cues, the T3s for sale, with you?
I do.
Yeah.
I've got a very, very, very few.
Okay. What colors?
There's, I think we only have green and natural.
You don't have any blacks or grays?
I don't, but you and I can talk.
Okay.
We'll talk after.
Sure. All right. PJ.
The table angle didn't help Stan's break any. No, might have put the table on tilt. Maybe the angle and the level was off a little bit.
Yeah, PJ. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Good tournament, too, buddy. Yeah. Just keep grinding, keep playing, you know what I mean?
Oh, look at this. If I'm right, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stephen Folan is going to get in too. He's following your lead, sir.
Well, start ripping it up, writing it down.
I'll get it.
Oh, he
Uh-oh,
scratched.
uh-oh. That's a terrible kick.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad break. That was just a bad kick. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, Stan can't ask for anything more. I would go for... I think he's going to go for solid, if I know Stan.
Now, guys, if you are sending in for that viewer advantage, as soon as this match is done, we're going to do a quick shutdown restart. I'll get on getting those tickets out. I'll make sure everybody has them before we do that drop.
Yeah. Yeah, all these tickets you guys are buying, Grant's just writing his name on them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm kidding. No, he's writing them down. He's taking pictures, and he's showing you guys exactly what he's doing. So
Absolutely.
He's
I
not-
keep my hands,
yeah.
both hands above the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, you went for a high ball, yeah.
Stan is looking good. Might have got a little bit straight on this 9 ball.
11 ball. That's the only ball. Yeah.
Well, if he cuts that 14 in, if he gets the right angle on that 14.
He's got to shoot it now. I like shooting it now.
Which? The
But
14?
I guess he might shoot the 9, 14, 11. And
9. Yeah, I like that.
yeah.
9, 14, 11, 15, 8.
This is what I did too, you know what I mean?
What's going on, Mr. One Spot? Yeah, absolutely. And guys, listen, for everybody that does send in on the viewer advantage, that takes advantage of some of the discounted on cues that we get, like the Jacoby Black and the T3, it's by that support. That's how we can do what we do. That's how we put this event on, is we really do, believe me, we really do pinch our pennies. Pinch our pennies. That's how we do what we do.
I mean, you pinch your nickels.
I pinch my nickels. Yes, there are no pennies up here no more. Which is funny because we go down to the States quite often to do some live streams, and we're like, what in the hell are these things? Who needs these? Like, these are nothing. Can I trade 4 for a nickel?
Yeah, make them shoot it. Good match, guys. Yeah.
Very, very well done.
Well done to Stan. Good tournament to Kevin.
Absolutely. So, guys, we are going to take a quick break. If you have not done so, make sure that you go on to our Facebook page, click the like button, go onto the YouTube channel, click the subscribe button. So on behalf of myself, Jason Klatt, the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't go far. We won't be gone long. We'll be locked, loaded, ready to go with the next set of matches in just a few minutes. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you back here in a few.